The Colts charge forward, no fear, no doubt. Shooting and scoring, the crowd screams out. The boards rattle, the crowd's on its feet. Coach Bain has a plan that can be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Big Mac's a beast, big as a tree. You want a Jackson, well, we got three. Nathan's got vision, steady as a stone. He guards the blue line like it's his own home. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Sahaj and Nate can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Poor Langley, he is nothing to cheer. Vancouver fades when the Colts appear. Ridge Meadows with no hope to win, can't imagine the trouble they're in. The roof's coming off this brand new place. The set streaks down the ice at a blistering pace. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
The Colts have returned to the ice for a rare weekend matinee game here on a Sunday afternoon on the road in Port Moody, taking on the Port Moody Panthers A1 squad. Colts wearing their road whites on the right side of your screen, and the Panthers will be wearing black jerseys starting the game on the left side of the screen. The Colts will desperately be searching for their first victory of the regular season, having started 0-2 with a bad 8-0 loss to Ridge Meadows, followed by a disappointing 5-4 loss to Chilliwack, in which they gave up a 4-goal lead in the third period. So they'll be looking for some feel-good vibes here today as they attempt to get their first victory of the regular season. From a lineup perspective, they have all their players minus defenseman Lyndon Cameron, who remains out with a knee injury. In net, Sahaj will be getting the start. This Port Moody squad is a team the Colts have not played yet this year. This team played in the Flight 2, the division below the Cloverdale, in the placement games, and did so well there that they got moved up to Flight 1 for the regular season. As mentioned earlier, this game is taking place in Port Moody, and this rink has some distinct dimensions that are not shared by many other rinks in the area. The length of the sheet of the ice here is shorter than the typical arena, and not that that's particularly unusual. The old Cloverdale Arena has those dimensions, but in the old Cloverdale Arena, the space that is reduced is between the blue lines in the neutral zone. Here, the space that's reduced is the offensive zone, so the blue line is closer to the nets here, resulting in a smaller zone for offensive play. The only other one I can think of like this is Centennial Arena down in South Surrey. So my experience being, this is some lower scoring games, a lot of battles along the wall, less space for the defensemen to create shots and keep pucks in, which can result in some fast breaks the opposite direction if you can chip the pucks past the pinching defenseman, and then you'll have presumably 3 forwards higher in your own zone to jump out for some odd man rushes. So we'll see how that develops here today. And with that, let's head to the first period highlights. The first play we're going to show you kind of shows what I was talking about here. Noah strips the puck at the blue line, and by the time he gets control of it, he's already at the top of the circle, tries to rush it to the middle, fans on it, but it does end up getting put towards the net, and then Jackson Mumm comes out from behind the net with a good chance there. Next, we're going to see Orson walk a puck at the point to the middle, take the shot, and it's tipped by Noah just wide on the close post. Here's Port Moody wrapping a puck around the wall. That player is waiting for it to come, has his back to the play. Nathan comes in and hits him. It wasn't very hard, but he did have the numbers facing him the entire time. So that's going to be called a boarding penalty, and Port Moody's going to go to the power play. And on that power play, with just seconds left in this period, they're going to put it over to the left side, whip it on the net. Bit of a screen there in front, but Sahaj is there to get a glove on it, make the stop, and send us scoreless to the second period. Teams are trying to find some offensive synergy here in this game, and here's Mac dumping a puck in, and he gets tripped up as he does it. So that's going to be a penalty to Port Moody, and the Colts are going to get a 2-minute power play for that trip. But just like Port Moody did with their power play, Cloverdale's going to struggle to come up with some quality opportunities. They have this one chance here, a point shot from Morrison that's through a bunch of screens, but the Port Moody goalie finds it and covers it up. So we're back to 5-on-5. Port Moody coming up the ice. That shot gets deflected wide and then comes up the wall and out to center. And here comes Jackson Mumm. Puts that player down onto the ice with a nice body check there at center ice. Focus on Mac in front of the net here. Here he comes to the front now, and he's going to bump into the Port Moody player there. Just a little shove. Now focus on him as he goes here behind the net, picks up the puck, and that player's going to come back at him, try to hit him, misses and bounces off of him. Puck is stuck there on the wall, and that player comes back at Mac again, gives him a bit of a cross check, a bit of a slash there from Mac, and then as the camera pans, you're going to see Mac come back at that player, and he's going to get his stick up high into the head area. It looks like it hit him in the chest originally and then rode up, and as the camera pans back, that player is down on the ice. And it would appear from what we saw, the stick rode up into the chin and throat area of the player. So it's going to be a 4-minute head contact penalty to Mac here late in the second periods. And the penalty kill is going to go to work, preventing some good zone entries here by Port Moody. First, there's a nice check by Jackson Davis there to prevent that entry. And then this entry is successful, but Jackson's there as well to run that player into the wall as well. Port Moody does put that shot on net, but it looks like it was going wide before Sahaj gloved it down. So the Colts kill that penalty. Now they're back in the other zone. Point shot by West, tipped neatly on net by Noah there. And then there's a rebound for Jackson Davis, but he can't get that through the goaltender. Just a minute or so left in the period. Here's a chance off the draw by Mac. He gets a shot on net. Nice little play there. And then Arjun lays a player down who's trying to check him there in the corner. Play continues. Arjun going to the front of the net. That player gives him a cross check back and then goes to battle with him in the corner. Arjun sends him off, then wins the puck battle a bit. Now re-engaging in the puck battle. And that Port Moody player is going to wrap him up by the head, throw him down, and then push him down, palm open, in the face. Referees catch that. And they're going to give number 12 4 minutes for head contact, similar to what Mac got earlier in the game. So here we are, period, just a few seconds left, power play again. Nathan moving this puck over to Knox, who throws it on net, save there, rebound digging away at it. And Jackson Davis knocks that rebound wide, and we go scoreless to the third period. Power play continues, however, for the Colts here in this period. Bryson moving that puck over to the middle. Mac throwing it towards the net, tipped by Jackson Anderson, and then he gets his own rebound and shovels that past the goaltender. And this game finally has its first goal, a power play marker by the Colts, and a 1-0 lead. Panthers looking to respond. A quick play off their own blue line. Going to turn this into a bit of a 2-on-1 as the Colts defender was changing. Player elects to shoot rather than pass, and Sahaj is there to make the stop. But Port Moody will continue to pressure there. They beat the forecheck, then bump it out past the pinching defender. It's a 2-on-1 the other way, passing it across. Defender gets there, but that player does a spinorama, and it doesn't look like it's tipped by the other player. Maybe it hits Sahaj's leg and then hops up into the net. Either way, though, Port Moody has tied this game at 1. Just a few minutes left in the game. There's a bad breakout pass by Port Moody that goes all the way down to Nathan, and that allows him to flick the puck up through the neutral zone. It takes a hop, then a skip, and a jump, and it lands on Tyler's stick, and he goes in alone and pulls it to the forehand and puts it past the blocker. A nice play in tight from Tyler there to pick up that hopping puck, and the Colts are now back on top in this game, 2-1. Colts send the forecheck in looking for some insurance. Jackson Anderson disrupts that play so that it can be put down low to Seth, who puts it out front to Jackson Anderson. He pulls it to the backhand but can't get it to go. So Port Moody coming the other way, trying to retie this game. Shot off the left wall, handled easily by Sahaj. Now there's less than 30 seconds left in this game with the goaltender pulled. Port Moody has the puck there deep, but it gets sent back down the ice and just misses the right post and stays out of the empty net. So that allows this face-off with just 5 seconds left. Port Moody's going to put it behind the net and then throw it out front there. Player had a chance, but it looked like the clock ran out. So it's going to be a 2-1 victory here for the Colts. And the Colts will look to turn this into some momentum and pile up some wins here as the regular season carries on. Let's have a look at the stats for this game. Jackson, Anderson, and Tyler, the goal scorers for this game. The shots on goal very low, just 16-14 for the Colts in this game. Let's have a look at the overall stats now. Jackson Anderson moving into sole possession at the top of the table. And have a look down in the middle there. Bryson now second in the team with 10 assists. Let's have a look at the standings now. Cloverdale down in 9th place, winning 2 losses. Important to note they've gotten all 3 of their sportsmanship points, and that will be important to continue going forward if they hope to offset those 2 losses in the final standings at the end of the regular season. So let's look at the upcoming schedule, see what's next for the Colts. A home game against Langley the day following this Port Moody game. And then a road game in Vancouver on a Wednesday night at 9:15. So that'll be a tough one, a tough late travel game there for the Colts. So that's it for this one, folks. We'll see you for that home game against Langley.